Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We finally have our hands on the CRJ-1000, so earlier this week it released out as a bundle pack, so in order to own the CRJ-900 and 1000, you need to own the 450 and 500 packs. And yeah, today, taking a flight out of Paris Charles de Gaulle to Biarritz in Hop Air France card. So flying in the Air France regional airline today. Domestic flight, only about an hour or so from start to finish. But potentially some rough weather potentially some rough weather on the way that we need to be a little more wary of. So we'll definitely see how that goes. Hopefully, I remember enough of the CRJ to get it flying, because it has been admittedly a little while since we last flew it on this channel. And I have flown it again. I have flown it since, but it has been a little while. So, touch wood, it should be a grand old flight today. So let's jump in the cockpit, set the aircraft up, and prepare ourselves for our flight. So first things first, activate the battery master. The the power generator is connected, so it activates the ground power units. You see, there we go. No need fuel pumps just yet, since we need to fuel the aircraft up. Packs are fine, so that's fine. We're going to activate the lights as required, so nav lights on, beacon lights not yet, strobes no, logos yes, intervention lights no, and hydraulics just set to automatic. Miscellaneous lighting, we don't really need dome light, I don't think. Yeah, I'll be alright for that. No need for landing lights, that's fine, that's fine, cool. Make sure that the emergency light, that's armed. Passenger lights, we will set the seatbelts to automatic, get a cabin crew to control that, and no smoking comes on. Emergency lights, arm those, and that's the overhead complete. Welcome Fish, welcome Jason, welcome Monolith, welcome Useless Motter, how you doing? That cat, thanks for making Fly My Country. No, is that cat? Merci beaucoup, thank you for the kind words. Right, so let's head over to the... I won't do that yet. Jump down to the FMS, we'll start plugging our flight plan in. Like I said, I'm just kind of reminding myself the flow of the CRJ. It's not a difficult aircraft to control and manage, just takes a moment to refresh yourself like of any aircraft. So, we are going to plug on the departure airport of... hang on. Before I do that, I need to access the IRS switches, which are down here, if I recall correctly. Yes. Oops, that's parking brake. Well, I imagine that's turned on as well. RS nav, that's fine. Airport is Lima Foxtrot, Papa Golf. Need to get my hand over to that clear button. Come on, flight sim. There we go. Nope, okay, right, we'll move the spiders lever. Lima Foxtrot, Papa Golf. We will take our GPS position, which should be on the next page. There we go. Is that the one? 0602. Yeah, that'll do. So GPS position, take that. Paste it into the aircraft position. Next page, the flight plan. Plan our departure again, which is Lima Foxtrot Papa Golf, and arriving at Lima Foxtrot Bravo Zulu. That goes there. Right, just putting our waypoints very shortly. I think at this point we will start with the fueling and just get our passenger on board and start loading the aircraft up. So we'll start off with PACX. So Paris to Biarritz, Air France 6756, that's correct. Cruising at flight level 350. I think we changed that, did we? Yes, down to 25,000. So not a very long flight today, so we don't need to go all the way to our maximum cruising altitude. Well, as far on the flight plan. I will need to adjust my plan slightly just to get that corrected on the ATC side of things. As on this end, I know plan is 250, there you go. I've already done that. So plan's 250, flying CRJ-100, departure time 11:15, probably sticks at departure time, around 1 hour and 3 minutes of airtime today. So 1 hour 3, 1 hour 5, departure in approximately, so I'm looking at 20 past departure, so 23 minutes. Yes. CRJ-1000 with a passenger count of 97. It's not quite... Okay, it's full house, is it? Nope, not quite. 3 empty seats. This aircraft has no Wi-Fi, no entertainment, no body music. We are going to use the standard Air France safe briefing. No, we get a snack service, we don't get a meal service. And with that, let's start boarding. So now do the same for this. So we'll clear out the passenger count, stick in 97. forward cargo weight. So total payload is 10.1 tons. So we are going to look at 333 at the front, and at the back we're going to stick 667. Total on board is going to be 4034. So 40. Since you don't get exact fuel on the aircraft, 50 do. Enter that. Make sure that all the numbers are as required. So certainly within the maximum takeoff weights, well within that. We're a tiny bit above the landing weights from our departure, but as we cruise and burn off fuel, that will drop without any problem. We are well within the weight limitations of our aircraft today. Centre of gravity 15.7 degrees, and our takeoff trim will be 7.5. We will jump down to, is it this display? Where do I find my trim again? There you go, it's 7. Is that already correct? 7.5. 7.5, trim is correct, perfect. Takeoff speeds, we're using flaps 8 for takeoff. Currently looking at potentially wet weather conditions, so we'll stick it on wet to be on the safe side. So V1 at 121, rotate at 137, V2 at 146. We'll set our takeoff speed bugs and jump back down to the FMS. Didn't take you away into the FV. You sure? Because when you enter it, it should just do the lot automatically. So if I were to, I don't know, just wipe all the fuel, see that it changes with everything. It has updated, don't you worry. And that was. Oh. No, you're right. I've made a small error there. 33 enter. Forget to enter it. Sorry. So that's 97 enter, and that was 667 enter. Right, sorry, good spot that. Good spot. 4050 enter. There we go. So yeah, we're still within takeoff limits. Certainly a bit more over the maximum landing, but as we cruise and burn fuel, that'll be no problem. So takeoff trim is actually 8. Good spot there. Very good spots. Takeoff trim is 8, so just our trim for 8 degrees. That's all fine. Jump down to the FMS and let's get ready with the flight planning. There's not too many waypoints today, so it should be nice and simple just to plug in. Starting off with a go pot. From a go pot, we fly the Uniform Lima 167 to RTAX. Uniform November 857 to VAVX. And it's up 181 to Magek, where our flight plan ends. Execute that. Next page starting to populate. We will head over to the, if we go back to index, go to our done position, done IRS, that's fine. Route menu would it be? Pilot route list, nope. VNav, that's what I'm looking for. Right, so transition altitude, we'll grab the charts for that now. Charts.navigraph.com. Morning everyone's chat, how you all doing this morning? How you all keeping? Hope all is well. So I'm going to put our flight plan from SimBrief. We will have a look at our departure charts on that. Right, so according to our departure, we need runway 09 right on Ugopa 5 Charlie. I actually haven't listened to ATIS yet, so before I even do that, let's listen to the ATIS and then potentially get ourselves clearance to Biarritz at the same time. So it's Lima Papa Foxtrot. Sorry, Lima Foxtrot Papa Golf.
Winds 030 at 10 knots. Variable 010 to 110. Altimeter 1020. Visibility 10 kilometers. View clouds at 600 feet. Broken layer at 700 feet. Temperature 11 degrees Celsius. Winds 030. At 10.
Alright, so that's information Charlie. If I'm going to be honest, I've forgotten where the twist dial is for the barometer. Right, where was this again? That's our course. Autopilot disengage, cross feeds, speeds, headings, altitudes. The barometer knobs. Ah, there you go, down here, weren't they? No, that's that. Nav source barometer, there you go. 1020. Left hand side sets. And right hand side, just confirm. We need to set that manually. Sets. Cool. We will be using nav source FMS for the part charts, so that's fine. Make sure the flight director is on, and they're both linked. Yes, they are. So flight director is active, and that is that. Right, so looking at the ATIS, so it's departure runway 08 left, 09 right. So we'll contact the tower now, and we'll get ourselves our clearance to Biarritz. So if I quickly go back to here, course line of Air France is Air France. We'll tune to the frequency of tower 119250. 119250. There we go. Alright, so I'll grab the ground charts for Paris. I've just got my stand number going as well, so I need to activate the parking stands for Terminal 2. And we got stands Juliet 20. Hello there, Paris Tower. This is Air France 53 Mike Hotel at stands Juliet 20, type CRJ-1000, with information Charlie requesting IFR copy to Biarritz.
Air France 53 Mike Hotel de Gaulle, bonjour, cleared to Biarritz via the Agopa 5 Hotel departure out of runway 08 left, in short time level 120, squawk 0557.
Air France 53 Mike Hotel is cleared destination in Biarritz via the Agopa 5 Hotel departure, runway 08 left, initial climb flight level 120 with squawk 0557.
Yeah, is that correct?
Thank you. Right, so, initial climb 12,000, that's fine. We'll set our squawk to 0557. 0557. The transponder in this aircraft, if I recall, is somewhere up here. So one thing I can never remember with the CRJ, where the actual transponder itself is located. There's a little switch you tick, and it's not next to the system itself. I can never remember. Worst case scenario, just activate it from the IVAO menu. It's no biggie. I'm pushing it somewhere else. Right, so done that, Flagging our departure. So we've got our SID now, which is the Agopa 5 Hotel. Also runway 08 left. 08 left, Agopa 5 Hotel left. Execute that. Flight plan, that looks fine. Cool, so plug our departure in, we've plugged our routing in. We'll go back to our performance quickly, so back to VNav. Transition altitude in France is, if I go back to my departure charts, on the Agopa 5 Hotel. So transition altitude is 5,000. Let's keep that. Speed is fine, speed is fine. Head over to the next page. Cruising will be cruising level 250. Execute that. And then approach, that's all done. Transition again about 5,000. then the speeds will do themselves. So 250 1000, target 0.74 Mach, 290 knots. There we go. So we've got altitude sets, we've got our routing sets, and as soon as we plug in our arrival, our top of descent will just be set. That is cool. So at this point, we will now activate the fuel pumps. We'll activate the beacon lights since we're just about ready for engine start now. And hopefully, well, I've got all the passengers boarded now, so we're in pre-flight. We'll close all the exits, and then we'll start focusing on the aircraft's departure route. While we're closing the doors, we'll also start the APU. So press the power fuel button, wait for the self-test to complete. APU bites, there we go. APU starts. So we'll close the exits now. Passenger doors closed. Forward cargo, rear cargo closed.
Airport 53 Mike Hotel for the next escape. Contact Paris Control 128.105. Over.
For next departure, after contact will be 128.105 for Air France 53 Mike Hotel. Thank you.
Correct.
Cool. So I believe they're disconnecting now. They're going to switch over to 128.105. Yeah, okay, so switching over to centre now. Looks like they're potentially disconnecting tower, which is no biggie. As long as I've got someone to talk to, we ain't loading flights in just yet. Right, AP's available. We'll disconnect the ground power. Right, so let's have a look. So we've got heating, the yaw dampeners do that as well. So heating is over here. The yaw dampener, spoilers, Mach trim, stabilizer trim, that's all down here. So yaw dampener on, stabilizer trim on, Mach trim active, and the spoilers. So brake pressure, that's fine. IV spoilers, where was that one again? There you go. Spoilers. Arms it? No. Maybe on the thrust reversers when we're ready for descent. IB spoiler runs. Let me just quickly go back to the good old instruction manual. Ah. It might just be linked to the fact that my spoilers are out. Nope. Inboard spoilers. So there was only a CRJ-700-900 aviation. There's a 1000. There's a 450. The 450 is a variant of the 500. Or was it a 550? I can't remember which way around it goes. There's two variants to the one. Right, I'll start the engines up. If the message is still there, I'll then figure out the correct solution for it. Right, so spoilers are active. We are now ready for push and start. So it stands Juliet 20. So contacting 128.105. Here we go again. It's that weird issue you get sometimes with the old, what do you call it, the voice frequency not working. Set the altitude initial to 120 to 1,000 feet. Here we go. Hello there, Paris Control. This is Air France 53 Mike Hotel. It stands Juliet 20 at Charles de Gaulle, requesting push and start.
Air France Mike Hotel, good day, push and start approach.
Push is not approved. Air France 53 Mike Hotel.
Air France 541, vous avez quelle vitesse?
Yeah, we're flying live out today. Yeah, flying live out. So let's pop open pushback zoomer.
541, vous avez quelle vitesse?
Ground from flight deck.
Actuellement, on voit le cap.
Request pushback.
La vitesse, pas le cap.
Pushback request confirmed.
Pardon, vitesse de 2-0. En fiche 41, accéléré 250 nœuds, que changement. On accélère 250, France 51.
Ground from flight deck.
Ground here. All doors closed and
Air France
checks.
Victor Hotel, contactez Amsterdam sur 125, décimale.
Brakes released.
Amsterdam, puis 125 750. Au revoir. Passe sur 125 750, Air France Victor Hotel.
Just confirm the flight brakes are released.
Air France Hotel Victor Papa, on est pas pour le roulage. Non, Air France Victor Papa, vous étiez autorisé pour l'empouchage et le roulage, donc roulez.
Very slight push this.
May begin starting the engines, Captain.
Right, so start up engine 2. Turn facing south.
Sure.
Have chocks in place.
6700 à Saint-Nautique de Molba, demandons la descente.
Engine 2 starts.
Air France 6700, descendez niveau 100, prévoyez ILS, piste 06.
Bonjour et bienvenue à bord.
On descend niveau 100 et on prévoit ILS, piste 06, Air France 6700.
Stop pushback.
Runway the
Stop pushback.
141, taxi and Telecom, bye bye.
Confirm parking brakes set.
Brakes set.
312, turn right heading 280.
Have a nice flight.
Speaker 146, contact Brest, 119er, decimal 8.
Alright, so pushback, and there is tug brakes, it's linked to the scenery. So if there's no scenery tug, then it won't work, I'm afraid. It's down to scenery, not the aircraft.
Decimal 825.
Right, so engine 2 is active, engine 1 starts.
Il est strictement interdit de fumer dans les toilettes. Vous verrez, sans tabac.
Bye. Air France 41, tourne à droite, cap 320.
It's the anti-ice, is it? Right, quick kill the anti-ice.
320, France 641. Pine 73, Zulu, Lima Gus, they started approved. L'Aigle 5 Hotel departure, runway 0 XF, jusqu'au point de Paradis.
Here you go. That's at 12. Engine 1, fuel flow starts.
Bonjour à France 170, Eco 26, on est prêt à copier pour le cas.
So left engine, oil pressure is in the red, that's fine. The engine start up, that will start to build up. Onboard spoilers still marked. Just waiting now for the engine to start up. So yes, quarter cockpit is Captain Brexit is. The CRJ itself is not the most advanced aircraft in the world, very simple to use, at least from a flight sim point of view. Again, real life sort of going to be a bit different, but overall, I mean, I like these Aerosoft models. I really do. So you can't really fault them too much, can you? So let the engines start up. There we go, right. APU, I did shut them off because I pressed the button a bit too soon there. Right, PACX active.
With you. On flight level 380 direct vacant.
We'll do our quick flight control checks, make sure everything is working, so... That'll be alright. Cool, so flaps down to 8 for takeoff position. Air France 53 Mike Hotel, ready to taxi.
Air France Mike Hotel, taxi holding point Tango 3, runway 0 left.
taxi holding point, Tango 3 for 08 left, Air France 53 Macatel. Right, so runway 08 left is, I believe, runway just in front of us. Yes. Brake released. Activate the taxi lights, that'll be the nose and recognition. Let's get going.
Identify, maintain level 3 at Dijon.
So we are making use today of the, what do you call it, FS Realistic. It's a new add-on. Also came out a week ago. And hopefully with it, get a bit more realism in terms of the head, well, no real head moves just yet, since the camera controls aren't quite defined yet in Microsoft Flight Sim, but potentially, well, certainly as time goes on, we will see this improve as well. So we're going to make a right on to Papa. Oh yeah, these pay, I mean, it depends on which ones you go for, Captain Brex. I mean, again, Braydock 3D and Captain Sim I'd personally stay away from in the pay-aware side of things. But certainly Aerosoft, their aircraft coming out, looking very good indeed. I mean, they're by far some of the most advanced aircraft in this sim. I mean, you've got the freeware A32X, absolutely, which is amazing. But even... Hey, I mean, this is, like I say, it's up there, one of the most advanced aircraft in the sim at the moment. The CRJ from Aerosoft, even the there was a 550 and 600 or 500 were very fun to fly. And it's nice to get the complete set. It's nice to get the complete sets. Yes, the FPS at Paris Charles de Gaulle's flight sim isn't exactly the best in this platform. I have got a little bit of FPS drop. It's not terrible. It's not as bad as it used to be. If you watch my old video from here to... where do we go in the end? Beirut. When we flew to Beirut, that was the fundraiser stream. You can see the FPS back then. That was horrible. This is a pretty advanced payload aircraft at an advanced airport, running at average enough. We're getting about 25 FPS, 25, 26 FPS. It's not terrible. It's not perfect. It's not terrible. Certainly enough we can live with. So we make a left on to Romeo Papa 16, and then make a right onto Tango, all the way to Tango 3. I don't know about PNG being expensive, Captain Rex, again, because they are up there with the top developers in Flight Sim. They did announce 139.99. I think they may have changed their pricing structure a bit. We'll have to wait and see for that, but time will tell, PMDG, time will certainly tell. I'm excited for that 737. As soon as it releases, we will be streaming it, that's a given. Yeah, time will tell. KC, Kai, yeah. So the Aerosoft CRJ has been out, the 550 and 500 have been out for about 5-6 months. This one released about a week ago. Right, so are we yet? No, not yet on Tango. So we go straight, cut across Romeo onto Tango, then on Tango, taxi right to the end of 08 left, and then make our way out to the parts.
La France 570, Seco 26 pour repousser. Clear by left, runway 06.
My day's been so far good, Karthik. So far so good. How are you doing? Welcome channel, welcome to the chat. K-Dad Delivery's next version. Not at the moment, that plays. Not at the moment. Due to limitations on the console, third-party deliveries are not yet available, I'm afraid. There you go. So there's some integrated lighting, shall we? Just brighten things up a little bit. Need to remember all these dials are for integrated lighting. We're on a taxiway, we're going in a straight line, so we should be able to put our head away from that for a moment. Right, so integrated lighting down below. And then something for the overhead panel, which is... There we go. Just get a bit of lighting going, just to make things a little bit clearer. I'm going to be a bit brighter.
227, when ready, business flight level 150, expect ILS runway 08 right.
Welcome, Mario, how you doing? Welcome channel, welcome to chat. Can I get this next box? I don't believe so, Transport Gamer. The Aerosoft CRJ, I believe, is currently only on PC. I could be wrong, but I don't see an aircraft this kind of... I mean, it's a high-tech aircraft, and it's... there's a lot for you kind of click and do in it. Some of these aircraft won't make them to console, I'm afraid. So that's the reality of it. Because of the advanced level of them, console... I mean, just interacting with it will be near impossible for console. So I know that the A32X, I'm afraid, won't be coming to console. And the Felix sim aircraft, I don't think will initially come out to console, and I don't know if it ever will. Aerosoft CRJ, I don't think will. I'm going to fly 777 soon. Never, Karthik is the answer. Never flying the Captain 777. Horrible aircraft, not worth the money. There's an Air France 777 there pushing back.
Thank you for service provided.
Right, Tango 3. So we're about halfway there in the taxiing. I'll put a tiny bit of throttle just to speed up a little bit. Not going to go too fast. But we have got the entire length of the airport to taxi along. There it is. That aircraft, they're on their way to Cairo. Go on, pushing back. Push them a safe off flight out. The Captain 777, I like 777, just not the Captain shite. It's a rubbish aircraft, uses 747 gauges, waste of money. It's my one big regret purchase on this platform. I bought the Captain 777 because of the name. Captain Sim used to be really, really good, but since the original developers retired, the new one, not at all great. So I like 777. Just not that rubbish. The weather on our destination, similar to this. Not raining, some clouds cover. Could be worse. Could certainly be worse. We'd have base game liveries, but due to COVID, won't have got them yet. I don't think so, Chris. It's more down to licensing. Because you need to license every single individual airline for a public official release, you'd have to do that way. With liveries as their third party, the licensing isn't so much required because it's a freeware and therefore it uses fair use. But if you're going to publish the liveries official, you need to contact the airlines, request liveries, and get their permission to distribute them. So that's why I've only got the A320 you've got S7 Airlines as like the only livery on there because they're the an airline that's given Microsoft official licensing to use their livery. So it really comes down to licensing, not due to COVID, I'm afraid. We should get EasyJet livery next box. I'm afraid, unless EasyJet give them permission to do it directly, either move to PC, or have to wait, I'm afraid. Flaps number on flaps 8, Martin. Flaps 8 degrees departure. So go back to our table. Flaps 8. Again, I put wet down to be on the safe side. It hasn't really rained since last night. But I've put wet down to be on the safe side. The V1 121 rotating at 137, V2 at 146. Trim set 8 degrees, so we'll be able to take off any problems. I think Xbox will be just for the G aircraft, not for airlines as such. That's the other thing, Dan, in regards to kind of where's the limit in terms of quality. I mean, the Braddock 73 and Captain Rubbish 777 made it onto there because they're simple enough to run on console. The likes of PMDG and Aerosoft, I'm afraid, unlikely. 737 stream when next time on next plane has to. Next time on next plane, we'll be doing a 737 stream. Alright, so now coming up to, just run past Tango 6. Tango 5 to our left, need Tango 3 to hold short. Aerosoft, Aerosoft have plans, and that's the thing, like, if they can do it for console, I mean, it'll be fantastic. I mean, certainly the range there, I mean, look at this. High quality, fun little aircrafts. I do like the Aerosoft CRJ, it's a very good aircraft. If there's one you can purchase, then go for it.
Vertical speed 2000 feet per minute minimum. Bearing 7 uniform India, second.
Right,
Bearing 7 uniform India, 2000 feet per minute minimum.
Tango 3 is the next one.
Confirming 2000 feet or more or greater for Bearing 7 uniform India.
Flight time's about an hour and 3 minutes, here you go. An hour and 3 minutes.
Okay, we'll try.
We're a bit behind schedule, so I can imagine we're going to be a bit behind on arrival as well. But that's what you get for taxiing the entire length of Paris. Taking a minute to get himself into the air. Right. Let's prepare ourselves for departure, I guess. So left onto Tango 3, hold short, announce that we're ready. Landing lights on, cabin crew, sit, and then go.
Débilité maximum pour la montée Air France KLM 154, distance flight level 300. KLM 154, contact Amsterdam 125750.
Thank you for the contact Amsterdam. Bye bye.
Okay, just have to wait for a gap in the chatter. That's the one negative flying at busy airports. Yeah, talk over to each other every so often. Okay, there's one of their ILS and approaches. I've not played X1. Clear for takeoff, Air France 53 Mike Hotel. Right, they can go SIP for us. Right, land lights on, land lights on, land lights on. Taxi lights we can leave on for now. Cabin crew, seats for departure.
Air France 6700,
Right, I can't remember how to transponder on within the aircraft, so I just sent it on from IVAO. I'm sure there's a switch. There's a switch somewhere kind of on this pedestal. I can never remember where it is. Engine cinch, arms anti-skids. I can never remember. It really annoys me. This is the new one, Viper. This is the Aerosoft CRJ-1000. This is the new one flying today.
J'avais un problème de son, donc on quitte Molba, cap 290, approche le Calais 6700.
So, V1121, rotate 137.
La France Victor Papa contacté Paris Charles de Gaulle, suite 980.
40, 12 stable. So we are using SP Realistic, just adds a little bit of shake to the camera.
Voilà, Sport 227, clear the dispatch, Chicago approach, vector ILS, runway 0 et track.
One.
La France 170, 0 et gauche à niveau et attente.
Positive rates, gear up. And there you go, this time it's done it. Not sure what the difference was, but well, second time's a chance, I guess. That's one. Might adjust my camera view slightly, makes it a bit easier for me. That's up. Engage autopilot. Follow the navigation and climb. So initial climb is 12,000. Vertical speed. Do 2,500 feet per minute initially. Flaps up. Actually, I'm going to do switch over to speed control and set the speed to 250 knots, which the aircraft now adjust the pitch for below 10,000. Just adjust my view slightly, make sure I've got more of here displays. $5,000 standard altimeter set. Yeah, push standard. There we go. Right, aircraft make a right turn, get ourselves on course. Altimeter set standard. Let's continue our climb out. The aircraft will hold 250 knots. And will continue its climb out on its own accord. When we pass 10,000 feet, we'll then switch over. So you see the speed's not advised because the aircraft doesn't have auto throttle, but from a DADA up to 280 knots, and then kind of work it out from there as well. Right, passing through 10,000 feet, landing lights off. Tax lights off. And at this point, should try to act as well. At this point, I don't think we'll switch off seatbelt sign just yet. Let's get ourselves back onto IVAO. So back to right. Where is it? Down here. Is it 0557? Ah, there you go. Perfect. On Dash 8 badly. Dash 8's will be a pretty good aircraft to have, so that's the only one that I'd not mind seeing. Speed now. Speed needs to be set. Because yeah, level off to 12,000. Of course, need just our throttle as well. That's one thing I've got to remember with the CRJ. It's manual throttle, and therefore you need to do everything by hand. Guess your speed's required. There you go. That's back to normal now. Right. So let's go back to frequency. Let's apologise to controller 128105, and let's carry on with what we're doing.
Bonjour, vous voulez un 8 gauche, c'est à 8 droite. Carré 107 reçu, les 10 d'Aseco, direct de Lorny, écran près des des niveaux 150.
But even pressing toggle button on the throttle virage, it's not the issue with the aircraft there.
Transmission 1 Aseco, defense 5000, connect 020.
Hello again, Paris Control, Air France 5 Mark Hotel. I'm terribly sorry about that. We are back now, flight level 120.
Air France 5 Mike Hotel, say position.
Position, we are approximately 15 miles east of Charles de Gaulle.
Air France Mike Hotel identified. Continue climb level 250, direct artage.
Climb level 250, direct artage for Air France 5 Mark Hotel.
Alpine Zulu Lima, contact price to 119er, decimal 825, bye bye.
Right, so continue our climb level now. So speed is required, and speed, we'll hold that. $300. And fly direct to our time you got. So fly direct to RTAX, there we go. Execute that. And there we go. Right, crash is averted. We're back in the back into the swing of things.
Agent 4002, taxi landing point, runway 08 left.
Taxi point 08 left, German 40
Napoli Vola 4227, runway 08 right, clear to land, wind 060 degrees, 10 knots.
Yes, logging in mid-air is forbidden, well, strongly recommended against on my network, especially in the ATC area. But in my case, it's a bug of an aircraft, generally a little bit softer, but we are back to normal now. Aircraft seems to be working without any problems. Also, of course, the pod address controller, and then they generally won't make too many complaints against you. Right, so climbing out now, passing through. We're not really climbing that fast, are we? Let me reduce my climb speeds. Down to 280. Also set throttle to the climb position. There we go. Right, that should now help with the climb out a bit. Fired the maintenance technician. Don't worry, through the magic of YouTube editor, the whole thing will have never happened. If you're on Twitch, it's happened. If anything, clip it, stick it on Flight Sim Funny, so what you want with it. But on YouTube, it would have never happened. Got a link. We're looking for Contrader. Oh, I had to get it for Flight Sim. Let me go over the link for it short. Aerosoft CRJ. Right, so we're using the Aerosoft CRJ-1000 pack, which is an add-on for the Aerosoft 550 and 700. That's it, 550 700. It's 900-1000. Yeah, can't believe I saw it in person. Again, it happens from time to time. I mean, I've always prided myself in having never crashed an airplane in Flight Sim. Has my record now officially ended? Does that count as a crash down to... Does that count as a crash under reasonable belief? Or is that a... Because it wasn't my fault, you get away scot-free with that one? Does that count as my fault? Or do I get out of jail free card on this one? Unless Sunset's Flight Sim best. Yep, then the whole world will see it. Right, climbing through 17,000. Favorite airport to land at? Ooh. I mean, I like Helsinki. It's a very easy airport to land at, which is why I use it for my tutorials. Very easy airport to fly at. Heathrow, approach over London, and on my 27 side, always fantastic to look at. This was a no contest. The AIB have investigated and determined pilot error. I don't think so. It was a bug with the aircraft model. Jordan Q tight, trying to let him blame. Microsoft Flight Sim, no bug pilot error. There we go, right. Well, the jury's in, it's not my fault. It's the sim to blame. Blaming Microsoft Flight Sim, always crashing us. So in terms of OT coverage today, we've got all of Paris down to about mid-country under ATC. Gets a bit quieter into Biarritz, where there's no OT at the moment, but inbound 2 flights, one from Paris, and actually an aircraft inbound from Andorra. It's quite a short flight actually, depends you'll see them on the arrival. ETA time, depends when they depart. PC-12, not bad. So, a little bit quieter as we head south of France, but at the moment, I mean, look at Paris. So it's quite busy in here across the airports. You've got Paris Charles de Gaulle, Paris Orly, and you've got the other one I can't remember the name of. Paris Saint-Cyr-le-Col.
Direct Airpex 30456. 475 Romeo, une fois sur Mopar, on voit les cap 140,
Oh, you want the ATC, sorry, yes. Yeah, so we're using IVAO for ATC. Let me link to that one, so IVAO.Aero. So if you want AT that I'm using, we are using this for ATC. Beauvais doesn't count as about. It's Paris Airport, but it's not a Paris Airport. I'll never forget the Ryanair joke on that. If I go to my, where is it? Personal notes. There you go. If you want Ryanair's official stance on Paris Beauvais, we go to their Twitter for this one. Go to their Twitter. There you go.
We're just about to land in a place that you all know. We know it's not that central, fares are really low. Cause for 20 odd years we've been saying Beauvais is Paris, Paris, where the f*** is Paris? 20 odd years of waiting for a chance to fly you to an airport near the capital of France. But we'll never get tired of telling you that Beauvais is Paris. Yes, for 20 odd years we've been saying Beauvais is Paris.
I adore this airline. They may not be the they may be the most sketchy of airlines in the world, but bloody hell I love Ryanair. So is CRJ capable of doing, oh yeah, definitely, pilot. CRJ is more than capable of doing Paris to Helsinki. Yes, it's an in-game live ATC contrader, and all the aircraft see are multiplayer people. It's a multiplayer server with a whole bunch of people all flying virtual airplanes, basically. And it's not just Microsoft Flight Sim, it's on X-Plane, FSX, P3D, all the major platforms support IVAO. Right, livery craft we're using, well, this is default the aircraft, Danish. The Hop aircraft, livery, default the CRJ, right, so we should cruising engine now, right, level 250. Let me turn off the seatbelt sign. I just realised, with the restart, I've not reset PACX's autopilot yet. Altitude yet, so I can say climb forever. Oh, that's no biggie. Right, so adjusting the throttle now. We're at cruising altitude, and therefore we need to slowly reduce our throttle to our aircraft at a steady rate of cruise. Would it not be a better place to fly down that's submerged? Well, there used to be YZ. It used to be a network called Satcom, something like that. Satcom. In 1997, they split IVAO. Well, actually, it split 3 ways. VATSIM, IVAO, and IVAO.Aero. IVAO shut down, even just VATSIM and IVAO.Aero. IVAO.Aero, now referred to as IVAO, VATSIM were 2 competing networks. They used to be merged once upon a time. They split in 1997. How am I today? Not too bad, Executive Dispatcher. Not too bad. How are you doing? Welcome channel. Welcome to chat. How are you today? So cruising altitude.
Flight Coach Group, good day, standby.
We are 2x2 seating. So far, not too bad outside the window. Cloud cover, the clearance, not too bad. If it stays like this towards the rest of the flight, hopefully potentially gets a bit brighter towards the descent, we'll be able to survive without too many problems. I'll get you link Captain Brex, no problem. Drawyah, IVAO tutorial. I do need to change the thumbnail this one, get the right logo. That there is my IVAO installation tutorial. You got Game Pass for 3 months for €1, not bad, Roger. Do enjoy it, 3 months for €1, that's a very good deal you've got there. Means you'll get as much of Flight Sim, amongst several other games no one cares about. That's used primarily for North America, but can be used internationally. Most flight simmers use IVAO regardless of region. I'd say it's a bit of a mix. Depends on what time of day you log in. Some days IVAO have more users, some days VATS have more users. It really depends where in the world you're flying. And then of course there's FS Cloud and Pilot Edge. FS Cloud generally gets no users, and then FS Cloud generally gets no real users. Pilot Edge, they get users generally towards the evening in the UK throughout the US time, because it's all based in America, mainly the west coast of America. Can you do a flight from Heathrow to Munich? I've done that flight, Karthik. I've done a couple of flights between London and Munich. I'm sure there are Eurowings and the British Airways flights between the two. So we're at cruise, the aircraft is holding speed without any problems. So far, looking good. Let's go through the cabin. I haven't got through passengers yet, so let's go through the itinerary. Let's use on board. 2x2 seating, got 3 seats that are empty. 4 seats empty, 101 capacity. Alright, any names we recognise? Let's have a quick look through the cabin now. Since it's departing and arriving from France, it's a domestic flight, the majority of names will be French. You'll get a few international passengers like Kari Scott, that would be an American passenger based on the surname Scott. But apart from that, anyone recognise? Potentially footballers, France for me, that's about it really. A little bit of turbulence as well, look at the window, but it's not too bad. Yeah, nobody I personally recognise. Anyone chats, it's got someone, throw a name out and we'll have a look at them. Welcome Carl, how are you doing? Welcome channel. Let's chat to Harry today. Roger, you bought Microsoft Flight Deluxe at launch. It was for Black for Blood and Forza Horizon 5. I've certainly seen the advert for Forza Horizon 5 about 100 times, only because there's an advert for it at the train station I work at, so I'm going to have to start there watching it most of the time. No, there's no Azerbaijanisation of surnames on board this flight today, Captain Brex. I've had 2 of them in the last month, that's... You never know, back on the previous attempts at flying, I may have had one on there as well, but obviously we won't know now because the whole thing went kaput. I still don't know what caused that takeoff issue. Chewy apparently had the same issue, so Chewy on Twitch, he had the same issue as well with the aircraft not pulling up. So it's obviously an issue that may be known, but that just seems so weird. You saw the animation, we're definitely putting it back on the stick. There's nothing that the aircraft was doing that should have refused it to rotate. It's very strange. I saw Heathrow yesterday in Flight Sim. I saw Kai, if you know him, sent me a picture of the radar. Heathrow, certainly packed. So I got to fly yesterday. I was quite busy in the morning, so I never got to stream. I'm hoping though that I'm a little less busy now, and therefore can stream a little more often. What flight for beginners would you recommend? I mean, if you want to go very basic, just follow my London to Helsinki tutorial, and that walks you through everything from setting aircraft on the ground, departing, sticking autopilots, and then descending at the other end. If you want a simple flight to do again, Helsinki is a very easy airport to land at. Heathrow is not too bad to depart from, you've got to be very careful about the airspace, but generally, it's not a difficult one, not a difficult one. Alright, so they had updates now, PACX, we're at cruising level Best arrival 49 minutes. Passenger satisfaction very high. And right now we are looking at an ETA of about 12:35 Zulu, so within half an hour we'll be on the ground again. So we have a screenshot for Volanta. First flight in CRJ. Well, CRJ-1000, we have done flights in the previous CRJs, of course.
On monte niveau 190 et direct moulin Air 114.
Le point de vol est activé pour le
Ryanair 4 Echo Zulu, I still do not have any flight plan for you, please check.
And also because the aircraft also has external model visibility, I have been able to set the extra views to the outside. It doesn't do the sounds for the outside, that's what it sounds like, but you do get the external views, just kind of dotted around. I like having the custom key bindings. It doesn't take a moment to set up.
On monte 2000 pieds et on est en direction, on sort par le nord, en direction chez Année.
Unicom 1228 for Air France 5 American Hotel, thank you very much. Alright, so on Unicom now, make our way away from ATC. Yeah, so, let's say, because the external model's all there, it's not kind of like hidden, move, whatever, you do get to stick a few external views as well. It just makes the whole thing transition a lot easier, the Microsoft Flight Sim custom camera. It does take a bit of time to set up, but if you do it right, it's very effective in what it does. I do adore it. Oh, and that's not a bad view out the front window. We'll add that to the list for certain. So yeah, from Volanta, do check out the screenshots. You're now popping up on the map. And the whole Microsoft Flight Sim escape has really been revolutionary in kind of what it does to Flight Sim, certainly from a visual standpoint. Maybe not Flight Dynamics, explained still up there with the main element theory, but the whole way Microsoft Flight Sim treats its scenery really is something special. I mean, there is that mod out now that allows you to replace the Bing Maps imagery with Google Maps instead. I have got it installed. I'm not using it at the moment, I'm using Bing Maps right now, but depending where in the world you fly, sometimes Google Maps coverage is a little bit better, so that's something to kind of experiment with in the future. But just overall, certainly worth a look. So at some point soon, we'll see something about our approach instructions into Biarritz. Runway 27 is currently active, so we'll be landing in over the water in the town. Maggot 9 Sierra arrival, so plug that in very shortly. What does runway track mean? How do you turn it off the plane to follow the runway heading? So essentially, your runway track, or in this case course, is just the runway heading. So when you switch over to ILS, it only works with ILS, sometimes works with the R approach depending on the runway capability. But essentially, it tracks the airport heading, and as you start the runway heading, as well as tracking the airport's position as well. Drawyah, after takeoff CRJ, my aircraft pitches up, there's no way to fix it. If pitching up too much, Patrick, check your trim. That sounds like a trim issue. In my case, it was the opposite. No matter what I did, I couldn't rotate. Putting back on a stick. So it seems gorgeous when you're in the air and you have the Google Maps replacement. So the thing with Google Maps as the texturing, I mean, Bing Maps, one thing that it does automatically, or at least one thing that AI does, is it colour corrects. So one thing you'll notice with Google, especially when flying in clear skies over high altitude, if you look at a forest, there'll be like 7 different squares of 7 different colours of trees. Basically, what's happening is Google doesn't colour correct its map info. It uses true to life on the day it's taken. As a result, you get a few blocky patches where it gets a bit messy. If you look at Bing Maps on the other hand, satellite imagery, okay, yes, you do lose some of the sharpness and the quality, but the colour is all kind of neutral. It's been adjusted to merge one another very closely. So as a result, you do get slightly better fidelity in the air. So it's a bit of a mix. Google Maps generally sharper resolution, but Bing Maps just fits nicer in the world. Is no visual steering meant to be armed in the air? Probably not, Wojciech, probably not. I can never remember what nodal steering is. I know where the, yeah, so you've got your reverse thrust arms back here. I can never remember where the nodal steering switch is. Overall, we are at cruise. The aircraft's not killed us just, well, ignoring the first attempt, the aircraft's not killed us on this attempt. So we'll see how it works on the left-hand panel. Oh, there you go, visual steering, thank you very much. Yeah, it's not killed us on this attempt, so we should be good to go. Let me plug in our approach instructions, and we'll get that plugged in over done with as well. So looking at Maggot Klein Sierra arrival on runway 27. So ILS 27, I presume it would be the Zulu. Let me double check the charts. So we have got 2 copies of FlightControlReplay to give away today. So if you want a chance of winning the replay tool flight sim, just type FCR in chat. Don't spam it. If you spam it, you get well, you lose a chance of winning. That's for sure. It's got automatic spam protection turned on. But just say it once. FCR in chat for a chance to win the Microsoft Flight Sim replay tool. It's not just Microsoft Flight Sim, it's compatible with FSX and P3 as well, so you've got any of the main 3 platforms, FCR and chats, and you're good to go. So I'm looking at star charts now. I want approach charts, don't I? Runway 27 on, right, comparing different approaches, X-ray, Yankee, Zulu. Yeah, so we want the Zulu for this one. IS 27 Zulu, vectored approach, that's fine. By the Magek 9 Sierra. Do I have any magic? No, I don't. Bravo Zulu, no, do not want any of those. Right, execute that, jet back to the legs page. See, it's quite a high bank angle, that. CRJ, it's a very nimble aircraft. Right, I want to double check the plan page for this. So if I go to that, zoom in, let's go step by step on the waypoints. So I go back to legs. That's allowed. Ah, probably white. Oh, sorry, ignore me. Coming in from the east, runway 27. 09 is the west. That's actually easier for me. So that's all plugged in. That's all good to go. Switch back to the heading mode. Clear that not allowed warning. Don't need that. I can get the angle right spoilers lever. Turn the co-pilot side. Nope, we can't. Okay, it'll be very quick then. Right, what I was going to do, I was going to check the ILS frequencies to the runway, so jump down to nav 1, nav 2, head over to Navigraph, check the ILS frequency. It's 111.35. Same for you, 111.35. And the runway course is 269. So course 1, 269. I need to be on the other. What do I need to do for that? Okay, that's. Oh no, it's down there. So it should be down there. Okay, we'll work that out when we switch over to the approach mode, but 269 will be the course of the runway. 270 will be west, 269 -1. Back to FMS source, please. Switch you over to localizer. Change your course again to 269. So over to west, -1. There we go. And I could switch you over to nav source 1 as well. There we go. Is it acceptable procedure to set the approach before reaching our 20 miles in destination? In my case, Captain Brex, it's just a case of setting up as early as possible to get that over and done with and set up. In terms of miles destination, we are now... so we got 184 miles to go. Essentially, what we're waiting for Captain Brex is for when ATC tells you to set up your approach. So if ATC says, in my case, Air France through 53 Mike Hotel, expect runway 27 on the what's the approach again? So expect runway 27 on the Magic 90 arrival. Then you plug it in as soon as ATC give it to you. So it depends on when ATC provide it. In my case, we're on Unicom, and therefore it's a bit more free reign as to when you can set it up. Generally, it's a last minute thing, but if you're confident you know what your approach will be, then you can set it up when you've got it available to you. In my case, on the charts. I'll show you my charts. You can see arrival on Magic 9 Sierra, placing Biarritz runway 27. That can also change with the weather, so we'll double check the weather when we start our descents, but ultimately, and basically when our approach will be, and one of the benefits that we get with plugging in an approach is that the FMS also calculates our descent profile. There you go, so top of the descent is now marked on the FMS. I'm going to send a little bit earlier than that, just so I've got more freedom in regards to when I actually make it to the ground, but the FMS will calculate our descent profile as well. Biarritz is in the south of France. It's on the south coast of France, near Bilbao. I've flown here before, flew near Ryanair about 3 years ago now. Went to Biarritz, spent a day in Biarritz, then took a bus into Bilbao, spent 2 days in Bilbao, took a bus back to Biarritz, and flew back to London. So I have been to Spain once, only once. I went to Bilbao, and that was via bus. I did have a flight booked to Mallorca, got cancelled with COVID. Had a flight booked to Malaga, cancelled with COVID. So I had 2 trips booked, but sadly both of them got kicked pretty quickly. So hopefully next year, maybe I'll make my first flight into Spain. Microsoft Flight Sim don't make those cockpit copy aircraft, Swiss. They're third party. So I'm not sure what you're making a complaint about there. Makes no sense. You're talking all about third party development, Swiss. Got nothing to do with Microsoft Flight Sim or Cybo. You're flying from Manchester mid-era, which like, yeah, no worries there, Philip. Do enjoy it. Do enjoy it. Yes, Nightmare, I do remember you. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to chat. How are you doing today? Hope you're keeping well. Hope you're doing well, dudes. A tiny bit of throttle in, just keep the aircraft flowing. What's the best payware aircraft? Payware aircrafts, almost definitely the Aerosoft CRJ family. So it's what we're flying today. We flying a new Aerosoft CRJ-1000 that released about 3 days ago. And, I mean, overall, the Aerosoft CRJ is a fantastic add-on to this platform. Okay, there is that one minor gripe about takeoff and rotation, but we seem to have managed it without too many problems. I love the sim, I really do. There are some quirks that need to be addressed. Yeah, how are you doing, Atush? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to chat. How are you today? Will I get a PPL? I'll likely get a license at some point, Roger. I'd love to do a private license. just a question of when, really. When do I do it? Oh look, there's no co-pilot on board today, just the captain. We've lost our first officer, I'm afraid, was lost with the first attempt to take off. He never made it, so may he rest. What can you do? What can you do? But no, I really like the Aerosoft CRJ. It's a fantastic aircraft, feels really good to fly, and definitely one of the best in the platform. Certainly the best payload at the moment. And the price isn't actually that bad either. I mean, the original aircraft was like €40, so 25 quid. The add-on was €20, this was about £15. It's not that expensive. Really isn't that expensive. For like, first I went to the loo after so many MCDs. Then again, the cabin, not too bad. Standard CRJ cabin, 2x2 seating layouts, toilets to the front, toilets to the back. What more do you want? Under 200 flaps 1, under 180 flaps 2, under 160 flaps 3, 10 nautical miles flaps 4. Yeah, that is rather close, I'd say, to real life. If you follow that as a guideline, you'll be doing alright. Just be aware, it's not flaps 1, 2, 3, but rather it's degrees. So flaps 1, flaps 8, flaps 20, flaps 30, flaps 45. It really depends on your approach. The car feels comfy, like all very close. Yeah, so being a narrow-body aircraft, well, very narrow-body aircraft, it's a very compact little cockpit. This, and it does the job. It does the job. We can raise our armrests if you want to get rid of them. Step out the seats, and just climb out to view the cockpit from up above. It's got an EFB flight manager computer system on the left. Does it rather well, no complaints with that. Does all its job and does it well. Now, how do I get the arm seat to lower again? There we go. Got a little storage cabinet, stick your suits. Got a fire extinguisher in the back, lots of white. It does the job. It does the job. Does CRJ come with auto thrust? No, no it's not, Diego. So the CRJ engines are too small to fit auto thrust, and therefore pilots control the throttle manually throughout the flight. It's one thing to keep an extra mind on when you're flying. So after departure we did overspeed a little bit because I forgot to reduce throttle. But generally, it's not a difficult process. It does the job rather well. You see why pilots have to be so skinny these days. It's very easy for you to fly and land despite not having auto throttle. I mean, auto throttle is not really a requirement to fly. It's not like your number one thing. If you don't have it, you're going to crash. It does take a bit of practice to fly without, but it's not impossible. Alright, so we need to be down to 20,000 feet by PACX, which means we're not too far now from descent actually. Yeah, so... Well, we need to be above 20,000 feet by PACX, so if we start descent from kind of Osmob and then work our way down from there, we do get the green arc for our top descent as well, which we'll be able to use visually to determine when we're going to make our descent. Have cover, there are some gaps down below, so it's not going to be entirely covered. We'll see. Weather-wise, not too bad at the moment. Yep, hatch on top. Thank you, Baron. Thank you for the kind words. How do you get through the flight plan for errors? So if you head over to the left-hand side, Snader Fox, you switch your format over to plan mode. You can zoom in on the navigation screen, adjust the up and down arrows to go waypoint by waypoint. So waypoint, waypoint, up and down. I'll be looking at the Boeing yoke, Diego. I certainly will be looking at it. It's 500 quid, which isn't the cheapest bit harder in the world. But I really like the looks of it. It looks really good. Hopefully you'll feel really good. I've had good things from the people that have tried it at the Flight Sim convention the other week, so yeah, potentially we'll pick it up. Well, as the chat decided, Twist, the crash didn't count, so as far as I'm concerned, I'm still a completely clean pilot with a sparkling record. So, at Osmob, we'll start a shallow descent. We'll start off 20,000 feet, and then start our descent further on from there. Still undefeated. Is FlyLive 3TX? I mean, the one guy in chat said 2 months. They didn't provide a source, but when will it be releasing? We don't know. John Stance pilots? We don't know. To be fair, Captain Brex, my stick and throttle Thrustmaster Warthog, that cost me about £300. In their proper full metal builds, they're chunky, heavy bits of kit. But again, not the cheapest in the world, not the cheapest. Let's pop open FlightControlReplay. I'm going to start recording just yet. Our speed's getting a little bit high there. We'll be fine, we'll be descending shortly. Thank you there, Unit Gamer, for the 100 Indian rupees. Thank you for CRJ tutorial videos. You're my master trainer that can fly CRJ now. Thank you, Unit Gamer. Thank you very much for kind words. You are a superstar. Thank you very much. Flyby wants to release by Christmas, but it's been early 2022. What's your thoughts on British Airways bringing up the A380s? Well, quite exciting, Kesley, because the routing they're doing, which is London Heathrow to Frankfurt, there are worse airports they could fly to, so potentially one that I could do next year, fly to Frankfurt in the A380, British Airways. Best thing you can afford is the Logitech 3D Pro for $35. Being a teacher can be a disadvantage. I don't know, I always quite like my teachers. Well, some teachers. I'm sure you're one of the cool ones, Captain Brex. I'm sure you're one of the cool ones. Everyone loves you. Right, let's start descent down to 20,000 feet. Set the altitude to 20. We've still got 80 miles to go. Tell you what, we'll drop to 10,000. We'll reduce the throttle a tad bit. Vertical speed. So I'm just waiting for the green arc to appear. I want it to kind of stop just before that magic point. There it is. Right. There's a magenta arc on this, not a green one, so I thought it was. Right, so we need to get that arc. So before that magic point, we'll send it at 2,000 feet per minute, so we can use spoilers if we need to. But we have now started our descents. Make sure that my unicorns are set up for this as well. So arrivals, runway 27. Star is the Magic 9 Sierra. Inbound from the north. Transition is 5,000. Right, so passing, so pass folks at above 10,000, which is fine. Descent rate is looking good so far. Probably hold it at 260 knots, increase a bit of throttle for that. But so far, our descent rate is looking spot on for the approach into Biarritz. Thanks, Pace Terrible though. You hope that the funds brought the 380, the aircraft better get a chance. I mean, I know they brought back their 748s, which are certainly out of the two aircraft, maybe the least economical, but they managed to bring back 748s, so potentially the A380s aren't quite gone yet for Lufthansa. They're long-term storage, but it really comes down to when they decide to reactivate them, bring them back to the fleets. Welcome Fortnite Champion, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to chat, how are you today? How are you doing? Passing through St. Anne's Fleet. Don't turn the seatbelt sign back on now, just to get passengers back to their seats. Got 22 minutes to expected arrival, so not doing too bad timing either. In terms of the giveaway today, it's like I say, we're giving away 2 copies of FlightControlReplay. We're going to give 1 away when we get to the gates, then we'll do replays, and then we'll give 1 away when we get to the after replay as well. So we're going to do 2 replays. We're going to do 1. We've got 2 giveaways, 1 replay, just balancing 2 of them. FPS getting, so I've limited my sim to 30 FPS, the pilot, so that 1, the sim can have extra clock speed for rendering, and 2, just match up with OBS a bit better to give you a bit more seamless, non-laggy streaming. But right now, we've locked sims. Oh, I tell a lie. We're at 40. Suddenly, that jumps up to. Yeah, that. Okay, so we got it at 40. Sorry. Obviously, I updated drivers, didn't I, the other day? That's going to reset it. Okay, right. We're doing 40 FPS. I need to change my FPS at some point. I'm hoping that that's not going to cause any. How's the footage for you guys? Is it laggy? Is it smooth? If it's laggy, I need to change it. Let me know how the stream is for you in terms of quality. Welcome, AvGeek. Smooth. Okay, good to hear. That's the important thing for me. If it's smooth, then there's no need for me to limit anything at this point in time. I remember when Sim first released, it was really bad on the frame rates, and therefore you had to. Sorry, just looking at different tracks. Fine. Yeah, you had to limit the FPS, just kind of get a balance between the smoothness. Obviously, it's a bit well, issues along with that. Right, so the inbound aircraft, the PC-12, they've departed, but they're not going to be here for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes after you arrive, so yeah, we won't wait for them. I'm going to decrease our altitude now, so we need to be intercepting, well, let's grab an intercept for the glide slope, go back to the charts. We need to, whoops, come back. Right, we need to intercept the glide slope at 2,500 feet, which is mandatory. Localize 1753, that's, so yeah, 1730 to 2110. That's fine. Oh, no, I'll find out that later. Right, so we need to send out to 2,500, which is our mandatory altitude to be level at, to intercept the glide slope. We're at 250 knots already, so no need to reach our speed any further. What we'll do, just decrease our descent rates by 200 feet per minute. Cabin crew, 10 minutes to landing. Right, 10 minutes to go. Yeah, I never turn it back on, did I? So the weather and visibility at Biarritz is not as bad as it was at Paris.
Your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to select any crash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in a full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat furniture.
In there. Magic, should have left hand turn. Very odd. Oh well, not a problem for us. We'll just continue from there. Yeah, at least our didn't end up on the ceiling like last time. The turbulence of the flight in China was horrible. Well, what caused it? The mountains and heavy winds. Was it 200 knot headwind we had to face? 230 knots? Yeah, it should be a lot more smooth sailing today. A lot more smooth sailing. Alright, we need to be down at... So, passing 8,000 at Magic, which is fine, bang on. Gonna increase the spoilers, just drops me down to 200 knots. That's one. Now I'm going to help the aircraft with some lift and drag. Center rate we can now reduce. Going to switch over nav source to localizer. Never forget that one pilot from the aircraft. That was at Gatwick, wasn't it? We flew to Barbados. Yes, that was another interesting one we had. A little bit of throttling. And now, entering the clouds. Yep, flying to Biarritz today, Creature Pilots. How you doing? Well, channel, chat. Kendall, welcome. Marcelli, how you doing? We're in a Hawaii. Yeah, we're in a, well, it's not the generic Hawaiian shirt, but it is a flower printed shirt, palm printed. Right, we'll set the local altimeter. Should have prepared that earlier. Altimeter. Jeez. Mess this one up slightly. Plus invisibility. Broken clouds reported. Gone in all mets out, you got everything for me. Altimeter 1021. And this is why I prepare things beforehand. Right, 1021 sets. Our land speeds are all set, so we're looking at approach speed of 140 knots. That's set as VREF. So we're 13 miles away from the airport now. 13 miles to go. Yes, Creature Pilot, ILS 27 Zulu. We're approaching. We're on the Magic 9 Sierra start. Alright, filming a replay now. And then we're ready to go as soon as you touch down. That's 2. Announced that we are passing through 3,500 on IVAO. There's no traffic particularly nearby to us, but there is one inbound aircraft on the way, so they just need to kind of be aware that we're in the airspace as well. It's not cold enough for anti-ice, so leave us off for now. That's the altitude buzzer, meaning that we are approaching 2,500 feet. Left-wing shortcut pilot, you have to set it yourself. I've done a tutorial on setting up keyboard bindings in Microsoft Flight Sim, but the passenger cabin views and all these quick views you need to set up yourself manually. Ooh, double rainbow. Screenshots. Yeah, it's definitely raining at the moment. Definitely raining. Just assist the aircraft on that. What I need to do, let's get the approach mode. Yeah, there's the localizer button, so straight on to approach. The aircraft should manage everything for us on its own. A little bit more speed in, got about 160 knots. Yeah, just kind of relearning the also throttle requirements of this aircraft. There we go, that's more like it. Right, the aircraft's now on the guide slope, so we are going to follow the horizontal diamond down. Just our throttle, hold about 137 knots. Localizer 1 is active. Cool. So announce that we are on final. Activate hand cam, and let's press ourselves for landing. Down. What's ugly about the CRJ Marwan? What's wrong with it? I thought the CRJ is quite nice looking aircraft. Right, autopilot's off, I'm control. We're a tad bit below the glide slope, so I'll just need to manually adjust for that. Still 2 red, 2 whites on the PAPI, so yeah, good to go now. There's 3 whites. Make some small adjustments. Oh, hand cam went. Whoops, sorry. There you go. There is a slight 15 knot crosswind we're combating right now, so gonna need to keep a hand on that. 1,000, continue approach. Even change direction now to a tailwind. Great.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Armed, 100 knots. 80 knots. 60 reverse cuts. And there we have it. Welcome to Biarritz. And thank you, XP Realistic, for the passengers clapping.
1:46 p.m. and it's currently about 13 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft is come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off.
Nope, that was from FS Realistic, Martin, the passenger clapping. PACX would never dare with the clapping. Sinful. Right, APU start, landing lights off, taxi lights on. It's a pretty simple taxi to terminal, building's just in front of us. Have been to Biarritz in real life, like I say, so I am familiar with this airport. I'm not familiar enough, I'm taxiing the wrong way. Okay, stand 1 it is. So that's the cargo terminal to the left there. I don't want cargo, I want passenger terminal. So stand 1 it is. I like FS Realistic. It just adds a little more depth to the sim, brings a bit of life into it. So yeah, I can't fault it. Right. Position. Parking brakes there. It's scenery, it's a freeware, Future Pilot. It's freeware from flights and not to. Right, APU is available. Engines off. Seatbelt sign off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Biarritz. Local time right now is currently 10 to 2. Local temperature outside right now at about 11 degrees centigrade. We thank you for flying with Air France Hop. We hope you have a safe journey. And we hope to see you again in the very near future. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross check, please. Yeah, 98 satisfactions, fight killing the first officer aboard takeoff. Yeah, we don't talk about that first attempt. That's the one that shall not be named. Top taxi lights. We will turn off the fuel pumps, so I don't require those. And we'll connect all the ground to the aircraft. So, waterbox sets, ground power cart drive up, open the main door, and the cargo doors come on. Ground power available, activate that, AP comes off. And there you have it, passengers, now disembark the aircrafts, and make their way to the terminal. Like I said, I've been to Biarritz in real life, it's a very splendid little airport this. The scenery creation, very good indeed actually, really is up there, one of the best. Freeware, worth a download, definitely worth a download. Right, so here we are, welcome to Biarritz, our little hop aircrafts. So passengers disembarking. It won't take too long to empty this airplane out. While I do that, we will disconnect from IVAO. So thank you for the AT at Paris today. That was fantastic. We will stop recording the replay. We'll end the flight on Volanta. I actually never had a final screenshot there, did I? Need to do the double rainbow sense. That'll be that one. Just quickly add that before the flight ends. Do. Right, in terms of passengers, I left on strobe lights, did I? Go back to the aircraft 2 seconds. That comes off, that comes off. There we go, that's more like it. Right, let's end PACX. So, Air France 7657, CRJ-1000 from Paris Charles de Gaulle to Biarritz, a 1 hour and 1 minute flight time, plan departure 49,544, plan arrival 54 or 46, 97 passengers, satisfied station rate 98, 124 landing rate, we've got on 1 hour 5 minutes, soft landing, regular engine work, nothing like drinks, passenger list on the left. If you wish to check out the flight reports in more detail, feel free to use the link I'm about to drop into chat. And while we're on the ground, let's prepare ourselves for the first giveaway, shall we? So, once again, we're giving away a copy of FlightControlReplay. It's the replays I'll be using for this stream very shortly. So if you wish a chance to win FlightControlReplay, it's compatible with Microsoft Flight Sim, FSX and P3D. Yep, FSX P3 Microsoft Flight Sim. So if you wish to win a copy, just type FCR in chat. Giving away in about 30 seconds. Let's see who our first winner today shall be. Nobody wants it. Quite surprised. Again, don't spam, just say it once and you're good to go. There we go, chat's finally catching up. Giveaway in about 30 seconds. No worry, there's 2 giveaways, so if you miss out the first one, we have got a second one just after the replays as well. So don't go anywhere just yet. Don't go anywhere just yet. Right, and our first winner is Hunter Channel. You still in chat? If you've gone, I'll give you a minute. If you've already left, I will... Firefox crashed. If you're still in chat, say something. If you're not in chat, we're giving it to somebody else. You have 45 seconds, dude. Just also, when you have won it, just give me your Discord username and I'll be able to then contact you in regards to claiming your prize. So I need to so this is my username, Discord 8 as a Drawyah #8663. I need your full Discord username, so I can drop you a message. You here, dudes? Good, Hunter. If you give me your Discord username, I'll be able to drop you a message afterwards in regards to claiming your prize. Congrats, dudes. That was our first giveaway. Don't worry, we still have one more to do afterwards. Still one more to do. Let's load up the replay. Do I need to close the doors? Let me do that before I start the replay. Unless it's too late. The answer is not too late just yet. Right, so close. Remove the chocks. All closed. Oops, that's going to be a pain. There's the calming flights and music. Yep, Hunter Channel again. If you want to win this prize, give me a Discord username, and I'll be able to drop you all the details and how to claim your prize. If you don't claim it, then well, it rolls on to next week, I guess. Nope, don't type it again, Jason. If you've already entered the first one, you're automatically entered for the second one. So don't get anywhere just yet. If you enter the first one, you're automatically entered for the second one. Devil's calling now. I mean, what do you have that I can contact you through? Best not putting your email in chats. If you've got any other alternatives, then give me a shout. Will we let Flight Sim reload? Give it a second. There we go. Need to know if the doors are closed. Doors are still open. Come on, Sim. Close, 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 close. That door ain't closed. I'm positive that door ain't closed. There's some batteries on. Let me just recycle the aircraft. Yeah, come on, Sim. Oh, you glitched the door. In fact, you've glitched all the switches out and everything. Gosh, it's all going wrong now. MSN Messenger I don't use, I'm afraid. just give it a minute. It will catch up. Just give it a minute. Enjoy your cheerful flights and music while we're here. Door, close, please. If not, we'll just have to leave the door open and then just not look at the door, basically. Very annoying. Right, aircraft. Right, open. That's still open. And the cargo door's still open. That's very annoying. Closed. You ain't gonna budge, are you? Okay, no worries. We'll just have to run the replay with the doors open. I mean, it says closed, closed, closed. Oh, they have closed them. Fair enough. Right. Stick our tails on the left-hand side. Let's have a look at the passenger point of view for the first landing. Grand crew went home. Right, so yeah, this is FlightControlReplay, by the way. This is the replay that we're using for the replay because I like it. It works. So, left-hand side passenger point of view. At this point, we're facing a head crosswind. It then switches over to a tailwind on the descent down. Thank you, Hans Channel. I will drop you a message. Is that you? Not good on chat yet. Interesting. Yeah, you can see we're definitely keeping the aircraft stable. A bit of a fight to do so. Make sure that my flaps not down set properly. You definitely hear the aircraft combat turbulence as well. The lights knocking in there as well. Cool, thank you, Hunter. I'll drop you a message very shortly. Thank you very much. So, short final in. Get quite close to those trees, I must admit.
50, 40, 30, 20.
And then starting a bit of a float on the short final there. Other than that, not a terrible landing. Not a terrible landing by any means. Yes, Robbie, custom camera views. Yes, also, passenger clapping, can't forget that. Right, let's have a look from the the right-hand passenger view. So this is looking at the town of Anglet, I believe, just to the well, just further inland from Biarritz. No wing flex. I believe there is some light wing flex, Captain Brett, but the CRJ doesn't exactly have much in the way of wing flex anyway. It's a very sturdy wing on this aircraft. And again, if wing flex is the biggest thing you want in flight sim, I'm sorry, using flight sim for the wrong reasons in my opinion. There's more to flight sim than just wing flex. I'm glad you enjoyed the tutorial, Barry. The CRJ-700 tutorial is virtually the same for all the aircraft. Same process, same setup, same everything pretty much. Gosh, we really do get a bit close to that hill, don't we? There we go. Short funneling and touchdown. Not bad at all, like. We have a look at the outside views as well, the airplane game up. And do the lots. The weather, the rain, Celsius starting to build in now, so you actually landed at a pretty decent time in regards to when the weather's a bit iffy. You can certainly see the, because this one I'm flying manually, it's all by hand. Certainly see where I'm kind of, well, I'm controlling the aircraft to keep it steady on the runway as possible. This is a replay airplane game up. It's FlightControlReplay. This tool. So short final limb. And touchdown. Not bad. Not bad. Right, oh no, let's stick ourselves on the runway. So if we go end of the runway, kind of touch down the zone, we will find where the top toolbar menu's gone so I can disconnect from following view. Where's it gone? Okay, I guess I can't do the runway view if I can't find the the drone cam tool up top there. Sim's getting weirder and weirder. Okay, guess that's one view I can't do, I'm afraid, which is Australia cam. We can do a couple more views, I guess, from the external drone views. In fact, let's try a newfound. Yeah, it'll be the same kind of view, won't it? This is very much linked. This is anchored to the wing. When we shake. That's pretty much spot on, AppInTheAir. Slight flow, but I'd say there's no issues landing at all, AppInTheAir. Don't know where the breathing noise came from. That's just another sound effect from FS Realistic. And I'm supposed to have a sneeze sound as well. If I go to sneezing, I'll even preview it. There's your touchdown. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, I don't know what that noise is. What is this? Why'd you get rid of it? Jesus. Yeah, I'm just going to turn it off now. That's really, really uncomfortable for the first officers awoken. Yep, that's him waking up. Right, let's do this final giveaway. So yeah, I'll add you Hunter afterwards. Thank you very much. Right, let's do the second giveaway. So the second winner of FlightControlReplay. Congrats, Federico. You still in chat? You still in chat? If you're not, we'll give it to somebody else. You have 1 minute to respond, dude. 1 minute. I've got Hunter's Discord name, so I'll drop you a message after the stream ends. Thank you very much. I've got to go to work shortly. You still here, Federico? If not, giving it to somebody else. Hyperventilating from Professor Realistic. It's the best effects in the sim. Come on, Federico. You got 30 seconds. If you don't respond, it goes to somebody else. Nope, you don't want it. Okay, so our new second winner of FlightControlReplay is ExoFIFA. You still here? ExoFIFA. You have a minute to respond. It's on both Twitch and YouTube, so if you're on either platform, you can still type FCR if ExoFIFA doesn't get back to us. Well, hopefully they will do. No, nobody wants this. Okay. Third winner, Jason Oliver. You still here? Someone's got to win this second prize. It's FlightControlReplay, Alice. FlightControlReplay given away today. FlightControlReplay. There we go. Jason Oliver, you've won second prize. Right, drop your Discord username in the chat, and I'll be able to drop you a message in about 1 hour. I'll drop you a message with asking your prize. Prize Hunter channel is FlightControlReplay for Flight Sim. No love for the captain. Nope, it's all about the co-pilot. Captain Brooks, all about the co-pilots. As I let the aircraft jumps and judders away on the ground here. Right, so yeah, Jason, if you drop me a message, give me your Discord, your low. Perfect, thank you very much. I will drop you a message very shortly. But yes, that finally brings us to the end of that. Interesting stream, I must say. Interesting stream for CRJ. Takeoff was a bit iffy the first attempt, second time was alright. If you're watching this when the stream's already ended, and I've got a chance to run it through the YouTube editor, you would have never known what happened in the first attempt to take off. If you're on Twitch, I can't edit it. And also, if someone's clipped it on Twitch, it'll probably end up on Flight Sim Funnies anyway, so that's that. Yeah, so, let's say that brings us to the end of our stream today. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for taking part. Back again on... I might do Tuesday. Definitely Wednesday. I might do Tuesday. That's how I feel for streaming. Otherwise, yeah, that brings us to the end of that. So, thanks for watching, guys. You take care of yourselves. See you soon. Weird. Right, I'm out of here. Bye-bye.